Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for the segment of In Conversation With. Today, I am joined by what I'd like to call a youngin by the name of Tamia Eckersley. She works for Tarsus Distribution as part of the solutions team. Hello and welcome, Tamia. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, guys. Hi, Rosie. Thank you for having me.
So before we kick off this interview officially, I love me a cup of something warm because it's winter, and today I've switched it up to warm water with lemon and honey. Tell me, what is in your cup?
In my cup, it's something I've currently been obsessed with, is Anik rooibos tea. So this is the hemp seed, which helps for stress and all that good stuff. Even it actually helps for menstruation pain as well. A whole range of stuff. So this is really good.
Oh, nice. I feel like I need to get into it. Just enlighten me a little bit. I know you're as part of the people that joined our learnership a year or two ago. And now you, like we said earlier on, you've moved into the solutions team. What does the solutions team do?
So the solutions team is basically there to assist the sales reps. So if we bring in a reseller that wants a specific enterprise product, whether it be your compute, your storage, or your networking, that's where we fall in. We basically help your reseller build the best solution for the end customer.
Oh, nice. That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
That sounds like an exciting and actually interesting role that you learn from every day, I suppose.
Yeah, well, they keep us on our toes with our training anyway, so that's the upside. You keep learning.
Having worked at Tarsus for about 3 years myself, there's quite a lot of people that I draw inspiration from, that I draw energy from, that I consider as role models who contribute positively towards myself personally, but just as part of the bigger picture. Who do you look up to within Tarsus?
I would say I definitely look up to Samantha Moss. She's a part of our HDE enterprise team. Sammy was a bit more strict on us when we just started. She's like, these are the do's and don'ts, because she's been there for like so long. And I honestly believe if Sammy didn't do that for us, we would have completely either not been there, or we would have went off the rails, and Tarsus would have been like, you know what, I don't see you. But Sammy kept us in line. And yeah, that's basically it. She's like the mom figure in the team. So
I suppose you do need that every now and then. Tell us a little bit about your journey and how you got to be where you are today.
So I am one of those that I cannot sit still for like a minute. I started my first job when I was in grade 8, right? And I was a filing clerk. And I was like, this is not for me. I cannot sit behind a desk looking at papers. I need something to challenge me. And then I went on and I worked in the multi-industry, and I quit my job the moment our Tarsus was having a learnership, and I was like, I'm going for it. I want to be in computers. I want to be in the world that keeps developing, right? So I quit my job and I was like, okay, cool. And then I started the learnership. Obviously, bear in mind, going from a full gross salary to a stipend, that was a bit much, but it was worth it. Yeah. So then we did the learnership. That was another 3 months of theory. And then literally my first interview was at Tarsus, and I landed the gig hours later, and they were like, you got it. And I was like, yes. And yeah. And then after that, a year later, we did the YES program, which was also fantastic. Because they literally gave us an opportunity to prove ourselves again and show why we needed to be there. And now I'm here, fully permanently employed.
Congrats. I've certainly heard nothing but raving reviews from my side, so congrats. I think it really speaks to your work ethic and your drive just in general. But what does the typical best day on the job look like for Tamia?
When we don't have any screaming salespeople. No, like seriously, like if we don't have any complaints from sales, or we don't get escalated or anything, and literally just the flow of the mailbox, then we're all good.
What has been the toughest part of your journey so far, and how has that experience then influenced the way you show support to women in the workplace?
So I think the toughest part in my journey was being as young as I am And being basically the only pre-sales female was in my team besides your Margot and Sammy. So I got a lot of grief when I just started, of like, obviously them not really knowing the kind of person I am, not knowing the kind of drive I have. And I think sitting with just observing was basically how everyone interlinks and how we communicate as a team, and obviously how my perspective as a young'un and as a female was very important. And I think I needed to just maybe be more open in saying my opinions and coming off assertive but also confident. And so when I learned to do that was amazing. But the hardest part was because it's a new environment, I didn't know what to expect. So that was hard for me, starting from the bottom, being where I am now, and also understanding that your ladies in your leadership roles, they started where I was, and them noticing me and giving me the opportunity was like mind-blowing, because now I'm understanding from the bottom up. Like Drake says, started from the bottom, now we are. So now that's that was the mentality I went into.
As a young woman, do you feel that females bring something different to the table in terms of our reseller partners, or just with regards to contributing to our strategy?
I do, 100%. I do. I think the women at Tarsus specifically, we encourage more team events. We encourage the unity of our Tarsus clan, and just being a Tarsonian, we literally encourage that. Usually, you'd say that most of the females would organize our retreats, or whether it be something that's bringing us together. And I think that's what we bring to the table, the unity and just encouraging people to come together.
What are the characteristics, according to you, of a successful or strong female within Tarsus and perhaps within the workplace in general?
Definitely positivity, being of a strong mind, and I think just creativity.
So it's almost time for me to let you go so you can go forth and be great. But before I do that, I have one last question for you. As a young'un, first of all, and as a female, what kind of support do you receive, in order to enable you to grow in your role?
I definitely receive a lot of support, especially being that my manager, this was the first time ever in taking someone under his wing. So we focused a lot on a growthful mindset, which was, we didn't really focus on the end result of just making numbers, which is what my team is about, but we focused on the experience, the learning journey, especially like with the trading, with like recap on what I've learned for the week. Secondly would be showing off my achievements. So that was a big thing for me, because coming from always being the top of my class, it wasn't like really a big thing where everyone's like, oh, you did so and so and so. But now I'm actually making, because this is a completely new industry for me and a new environment. So showing off those things was definitely a plus one for me. Lastly would be the fact that he gave me the opportunity to speak openly, and it was never about any question was wrong, but that we're all learning. So it was never shut down. Like anything we raised was never completely shut down. It was always like, okay, so we're all learning, and this is why we do this like this. It was just giving me the opportunity to speak, even though I did question sometimes why we did certain things, but he never completely shut the idea down.
So my cup is empty and I'm not going to show it anymore. I don't know how you're doing with your cup.
I like left it the last bit and I'm sad.
Don't be sad, we're over, so you can quickly go make yourself another cup. But thank you very much. It's always such a pleasure talking to you. I enjoy your energy. I enjoy your honesty. I enjoy your bubbly personality, and please don't ever change that. Thank you so much, Tamia.
Thank you so much for having me. I don't think anytime I'm going to change. Definitely the hair has something to do with it though.